With today's focus on the waters, I decided it might be appropriate to speak about our moon, since she has influence upon the waters. Sort of reading from this little book called Moon Magic, but I did some very heavy lifting editing here. The moon is compelling and mysterious. She's known by many names and is worshipped by many cultures throughout the world, both ancient and modern. Our great Mother Moon inspires wonder when we see her fullness in a night sky, shining her silver light upon the shadows of the night. All beings of the earth and its waters are impacted by the changing phases of the moon: crescent, full, waning, dark. When she pulls and tugs at the waters of the earth, creating high and low tides, she also pulls at the water within our bodies, affecting our moods, our dreams, our sleep patterns, health, and for women, our menstrual cycles. And because Mother Moon is well within the gravitational field of the earth, her orbit affects weather patterns around the world. Rainfall, tropical storms, earthquakes, they've all been associated with lunar influence and activity. She is intimately linked to our world, and we are deeply affected by her. In ancient civilizations, and still now in certain circles, the moon was seen as having three faces, embodied in the archetypes of maiden, mother, and crone, or wise woman. These together form what has been called the triple goddess, a feminine trinity, if you will. The new moon heralds the beginning of a new cycle. It's a good time to embrace new opportunities, possibilities. It's a time for beginnings. This maiden moon is slender. She might be seen as young and vulnerable, but she's full of potential. During a new moon, and for the first quarter of the lunar cycle, we can utilize her energy by making intentions, by taking small actions that might help us to manifest whatever it is we want to manifest in our lives. So when we look up in the night sky, see that sliver of moon with her points facing west, we might say to ourselves, what is it I've been wanting to do but have not yet done? How have I been procrastinating about something that I really want to do? The full moon is the mother face of the moon. She represents fertility, abundance, illumination, and clarity. She's fully manifested and is at the height of her feminine powers. Traditionally, she was called upon to give fertility in the fields and the body, to protect those who were traveling by water, and to heal those in need. The full moon is also known as the time, excuse me, my mind went somewhere. The full moon is also known as the time of moon madness or lunacy. But in the days leading up to the full moon, you might notice an increased emotionality in yourselves or others, or a desire to do something creative. It's good to be aware of such feelings so that you can tap into the positive aspects or temper the negative passions that might feel just a tad out of control. The third face of the moon is the crone, or the wise woman. Now the energy of the moon is beginning to wane. Soon will go dark. The crone is the embodiment of lived experience. She's been through a lot. She's not so quick to act, perhaps, as she was when she was the mother. She encourages us to reflect upon situations, to rest, to meditate, to sleep, to tap into our receptivity. We might, during this phase, feel the energy of either, this too shall pass, or, wow, I'm making some headway with whatever situation or person we might be dealing with. Paying attention to the cycles of the moon and noticing how and whether or not, or how powerfully you are affected by her different aspects, can be, I have found, a fun and interesting tool in that spiritual, emotional, psychological toolbox. For example, I find that if I'm about to spend the day with someone I find challenging, or if I'm thinking about a new project, it's helpful to be aware of my moods, my frame of reference today, and to know that these might be affected by our lovely moon. I like to think she is there to guide, to watch over us, to lead us, and to give us her passion when we need it and her quiet when we need that. And if nothing else, she is, at minimum, beautiful to look at. We are made mostly of water, and like the oceans, we do feel the ebbs and flows of the moon. Some feel these things more than others. Some of us like to play with the phases of the moon to develop our intuition. We are all intuitive. We can all, if we wish to, develop that intuition so that it helps us as we navigate the realities of our lives on Earth.